I wanted to make this quick video on the Olight X7R Marauder because it's 12,000 lumens, a very good flashlight, and if you get it today, it's 20% off on Amazon. Here's a quick field shot with it at that building. You can light up that building, no problem. It lights up the entire field, no problem. It's basically a searchlight. And then you can light up that flag easily as well because of the high output, high throw, but it's still lighting up the whole field. Now let's compare that to S2 Plus, which has a hard time lighting up the field, can barely light up that building, and then you sweep up to the flag and you barely see it. So the X7R definitely outperforms those smaller lights, which you expect it to. When you walk out there, you'll be seen. It lights up everything like insane. So if you need a lot of light, this thing will do it. In comparison to the S2 Plus, when you walk out there, people can barely see you. You can barely see anything else. So the S2 Plus at 1000 lumens is a lot of light, but it's obviously restricted to close usage, and if you need to throw very far, it doesn't do that. You need the Olight X7R Marauder to do that. I use this one for work. I've dropped it a bunch of times. It's lasted, I think I've had this for over a year, and I've dropped it a whole bunch, and it's never given up on me. Just charge it up, take it out, it's good to go. It goes on my holster. It comes with a holster actually, and fits on my 1-inch belt. You can run around with that, no problem. It's very heavy, but with that heavy duty holster, I think you can handle it. I've done some testing on it. Here is the lumen output versus temperature and time. So initially it does put out over 17,000 lumens, but it drops quickly, and in about 1 minute it goes to 16,000, 2 minutes 9,000, 3 minutes 6,000, and that's as the temperature goes up. So it tries to maintain a 50-degree temperature so it doesn't burn your hand. It's pretty warm, but it doesn't burn you. And then it just reduces down to 3,000 lumens. And then if you go further, it reduces down to about 2,400 lumens, trying to maintain that 50 degrees Celsius. And then it drops off after 3 hours and 31 minutes and just turns right off. You can turn it back on again, so if you're in a pinch, you can get some light, just leave it on low or medium at most. So after 5 seconds, I'd say out the front gives you 17,588 lumens. This thing's a beast. It's good to use at work, but if you just use it at home, in the backyard or in your house, if you do need a lot of light, someone breaks in, or a bear tries to eat your garbage in the backyard, which does happen quite a bit, then you can just light it up and they'll get the hell out of there. Otherwise they're going to destroy your garbage can and throw garbage all over your backyard. So check out the X7R Marauder if you're looking for something that lasts for about 30 days. I think it will last about 22 days based on the wattage of the batteries inside it and the 10 lumens that it outputs. So it does have a built-in battery pack. You can't easily replace the batteries. 4 18650 Samsung 30Qs in there. They output 15 amps each continuous, and that gives you about 200 plus watts of output. This thing does use up basically all of that, because at 17,000 lumens, that's almost 200 watts. If you're going up somewhere serious and you're camping somewhere for 7 days, you definitely want something that you can charge off a USB battery pack or a backpack solar panel, then you definitely want this. No other flashlight has such a good USB-C charge port on it, and they all need you to take the batteries out, put it into a charger, and then put them back in. When you're camping or you're at work, you just want to throw it down on your desk, plug in a USB charge port, unplug it, and go running. If you're camping, you don't want to carry a dedicated charger. So for 225 bucks with that 20% off, this thing's a steal of a deal. So give it a try and check it out. So if you're looking for a very high-powered light for your night shifts or any serious work, definitely check out the X7R Marauder. Get it in the next day for 20% off. I'll leave some links in the description for you to check out. Thanks for watching, and I hope that helps. And then here we've got the Olight X7R Marauder. Double click that twice for Turbo S. So that's Turbo, and that's Turbo S. Look at that. An unprecedented 16,000 lumens or 12,000 lumens rated. it can actually punch quite far out there and it lights up the entire area. It's got a lot of field angle and a lot of throw. Doesn't have as much throw as C8, but it can get to about 50% down the field. But the impressive part is that it lights up a large portion of the field. So if you're trying to use this as a medium searchlight, it can do the trick quite well. I think it's worth comparing this to the L6. So we'll keep this on the right side and show you how the Marauder does, and then we'll flick down the L6 on the left side. So here we've got the L6. As you can see, it's only a third of the lumens, so it can only light up a small portion and still throw the same distance. The Marauder lights up like 3 times that area. So here's the Marauder, and here's the L6. You can see a huge difference there. This thing lights up everything. And we've got the exposure lock, so you can see the difference there. This one is only a third of the amount of light as the Marauder. This thing is insane. So if you want something that's smaller than the L6, but a lot brighter and has thermal control, active thermal control, the Marauder's the way to go. Like, look at that. The size difference is insane. You can see how much more light the Marauder is pushing out there. Its distribution is a little wider, as you can see, but it still throws quite a distance. Maybe a little bit less than the L6. But look at that. This one's beam angle is a lot bigger than this one. But with all that extra light, it doesn't really need that tight beam. This one's tiny, it can fit in that little side pouch. This one you can't really carry around. So if you want something that's easy to carry around and 3 times more powerful than the L6, the Marauder is the way to go. Look at that thing. It's crazy. It's starting to get hot, so it's probably going to reduce its output pretty soon.